Hi everyone, I'm Sam Willis from Electric Bikes Brisbane, and today I'm going to step you through the Riese Müller Swing5. Now this is a model that's been out in the Riese Müller range for many years actually. I think the last time we filmed this was in 2020 and it's been through a few iterations since then. So this is the Swing5 and it has always been a beautiful, elegant, classic model, very much for someone who wants sort of just to glide around town, feel nice and comfortable with that upright position and use your bike for picking up some groceries, going for a nice leisurely ride, commuting into work, and just doing all those little jobs around town, sort of just nipping in and out instead of using your car. It's an extremely comfortable bike to ride. It's got a very sort of classic, comfortable upright position. And with the Swing5 series, every one of those models comes in a belt drive configuration. So this particular one is the Swing5 Vario, and it's equipped with the Enviolo gearing. So that's the continuous variable transmission. There's also two other models. There's the Swing5 Silent, which is Nexus 5-speed, so a simpler gearing system. And there's also the Enviolo Automatic. And that is the Enviolo gears, and it's almost like a set and forget gearing system. Choose your cadence and it will choose your gears for you. So very, very simple system from a riding perspective. Also very low maintenance with the belt drive. It's a beautifully engineered bike. It's very classic and elegant and it just works. So I mentioned that we last filmed this bike in 2020. We still have customers riding those same bikes from 2020, 2019. They're bikes that are very, very durable and people just love them. So let's step through the features. This particular one is a new colour. It's called Almond. There are 4 colours in total. And this one is also a 46 centimetre with the 28-inch wheels. There is a 43 centimetre with a 26-inch wheel set for someone who's a little bit smaller. And we have two bigger sizes as well. So a 51 for someone who's about 170 centimetres. I'd probably ride a 51. And there's also a 56 centimetre frame. If we just look at the bike, we've got this beautiful classic wave frame style. It really is just, it's got a little bit of that retro look with the rattan grips and the brown saddle and tyres. But it's got some very good German componentry on it. You've got that beautiful engineering and that great attention to detail that comes with every Riese Müller that is made. So on this bike we have a front basket. It doesn't come with a front basket. It does look great on the bike though, doesn't it? And also adds more functionality from a carrying perspective. So I mentioned earlier it runs on 28-inch wheels with the 3 larger sizes. So these are quite a big rim. It's a sturdy rim. It's Mach 1 is the manufacturer. Schwalbe Big Bend tyres. This is a 2-inch balloon tyre, so plenty of air, which is comfort. Also plenty of traction, which is great if you end up riding on more slippery surfaces, you know, if it's rain, for example. There's also Addix compound in these tyres, and you can see there's a reflector strip on them too. So visibility and puncture resistance. So good choice of tyres for just riding around everyday urban streets. It can handle a little bit of gravel and grass too, so if you have to cut across an oval or a park or something, that's absolutely no problem either. With these tyres at the front here, you can see we've got a suspension fork. This is a Sun Tour fork, giving you just that extra comfort if you're hitting rougher terrain, potholes, gravel, streets which are a little bit cut up. And unusually, it's got hydraulic rim brakes. So this is a Magura brake, German-made brake, super strong, but unusual. We don't see them a lot on bikes these days. Most bikes have gone to hydraulic discs, and this is still staying with classic. It's very German. They're very strong brakes and have worked really well for many, many years, particularly on this model. Being a commuter bike, you can see you've got your metal mud guards, which are giving you lots of coverage from mud and grit. And you've also got inbuilt front lights. So this is a Bosch and Müller front light, nice and bright, mounted there so it's out of the way. If you do put a front basket on, you're not going to compromise any of your lighting. Just down nice and low too, so you do get a good spread of light if you are riding in those darker streets. So moving up into the cockpit, I mentioned you've got that nice upright ride position. So that's because of 2 things. So we've got this very upright stem. This is a fixed stem. It's not adjustable, but it's a bike that's meant to be ridden in a more upright position. So this automatically puts you into a nice, sort of comfortable upright position. And you also have these beautiful curved comfort handlebars. So a good rise on the bars and also a good sweep on the bars. So again, it's bringing those elbows up and back a little bit. So you're sitting very nice and tall when you ride. Still though, and again, this is a testimony to the Riese Müller engineering and the design, it handles really beautifully. So quite often if you have a really, really upright bike, it can feel a little bit floaty, unstable in that front wheel. You don't have as much stability. Not so with this bike. It's super stable to ride, super comfortable. It really just looks after you when you're riding. It's a real confidence builder. This is a Bosch Smart System bike, and this particular one has been spec'd with a Kiox 300. It is one of the options if you were configuring your own Swing5. It comes standard with an Enviolo 100 display. Kiox 300 is an upgrade, and it's got more functionality in there from data perspective, and you can also access navigation. But all bikes are run on the Smart System, and they run on the nice strong performance line motor, the Bosch performance line motor. That is it's a 75 Newton meter torque motor, works really well around Brisbane. I know this motor can climb because I've deliberately tried to take it up some of Brisbane's steeper streets, but it's also a very efficient motor. So from a battery perspective, you don't have to have a huge battery to get really good range. And in this case, Riese Müller have paired this with a 500 watt hour battery. So it gives you good, comfortable, sort of everyday living range for someone who's not going to be going out and touring. You just want to be able to get out and about around town every day. At a guess, probably about up to about 100 kilometres range with this battery and motor combination. Even more if you're not going to be using it up in those higher power modes. So while we're still up here in the cockpit, this has got the Enviolo gearing, and this is just a really simple, it's a twist gearing. You've got the little man in the window which tells you whether you're geared for a steeper hill or for flatter, and you literally just twist it one way or the other depending on whether you want harder or easier gearing. So that's the Enviolo system. If you opted for the automatic system, you would set your cadence and you wouldn't be operating your gears at all. It would be doing it for you. So for those who aren't familiar with e-bikes and the Bosch system, and you're looking for how you operate your lights, the brains of your bike and how you operate it are in this LED remote. Huge amount of functionality at your fingertips here and a huge amount of data too. You have your walk assist mode here, and that's the mode that just activates your motor if you have to push your bike up a steep hill or up a curb or a set of stairs, for example. It's also where you operate your lights. So just with a push button, you can turn your lights on and off. So moving down through the frame, you can see just that classic elegant sweep of the frame, a nice low step through. We've got the extra bar here, which reinforces the stability of the integral structure of it, and that's what helps the handling and just the stability when you ride it. Your centre of gravity is down nice and low with your motor down in your cranks, and just overall this is a really planted, balanced bike to ride, but also easy to get on and off. You can see we've got the pedals that come with the bike are an urban pedal. They've got a good rough surface, like a sandpaper surface there, so you can pretty much wear whatever shoes that you want to. So again, you know, you could be heading out to meet some friends for lunch, for example, and wearing some nice shoes. You're not going to have to worry too much about shoes slipping off your pedals with these ones. Just easy to use. And here we have this really a classic saddle, comfortable, nice and wide, lots of cushioning in the saddle where your sit bones will hit it. Intended to be a saddle suitable for an upright riding position. And you also have a suspension seat post, so even more comfort. So just give every time you hit a bump and you're sitting on that saddle, just not jarring your spine. Underneath the saddle here, you have, this is a little pouch that can house the chain. So Riese Müller provide 2 locks with this bike. You have your wheel lock, your ABUS wheel lock, so that clamps your rear wheel, so somebody can't just walk off with your bike. And they also provide an adapter chain lock, so that plugs into this lock and it gives you the ability to be able to lock your bike to something. So 2 physical locks, and then with the Bosch Smart System you have the digital lock too, which comes free with the software. And then down at the carrying end of the bike, you can see you've got the 500 watt hour battery mounted here. this can be charged on and off the bike. If you wanted to take it off, for example, if you lived in an apartment and you needed to take it upstairs, it just simply slides out the back, and you just need your key that comes with the bike to release that. With this rack, it's a bit of a bonus because it's a MIC HD rack, so the heavy duty rack. So that means you've got 27 kilos of carrying capacity. And with the design of the rack, you've got rails at the bottom where you can hang pannier bags. You've got the MIK platform on the top, which means you can click in and have that quick release range of accessories that's MIK compatible. And if you're not going to use that, Riese Müller also provides you with this rubber strap too. So that allows you to just strap down things on the back of your rack. So plenty of carrying options here, and a bonus with the HD because it's one, there's more carrying capacity, but two, it is also safe for carrying a child on the back if you're going to be mounting a child seat. Tail light, which is integrated with your lock. And then if we look lower down at the hub of the wheel, you've got your Enviolo gearing system mounted in your rear wheel. As I mentioned earlier, is with the belt drive, so very low maintenance, easy to use, clean, quiet. Lots of advantages of having a belt drive. And you've also got a really good chain guard there too, so just protecting your trousers or your skirt. So overall, this is a bike that we're very familiar with. It's been a real favourite with customers. Very comfortable, beautiful, elegant bike to ride, and just one of those bikes that you just want to keep for years and years and years. If you're interested in trying one, you're very welcome to come and try our test bike. And there's also 3 models that you can choose from depending on the gearing system that you prefer. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. You can jump onto our website and send us a text message, or just book a test ride and come in. Happy to help you.